Welcome back to Fast Money. The battle between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash is as heated as ever. But for everyone on Bitcoin's side, I've got some bad news for you. In the past month, Bitcoin Cash hasn't just outperformed Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency rallying 6% versus a drop of 5% for Bitcoin. It has taken the crypto crown by also vanquishing the likes of Litecoin, which was down 9% in the last month, and Ripple, which has tanked 21% during that time. And our resident crypto baller says that there is one thing that could send the cryptocurrency even further down the path of domination. BK is at the Plasma breaking it down in another crypto class. Speakers.
All right, so let's do it. First of all, let's take our skeptics hat off. We're not making a call necessarily on which one is which, but what are the catalysts out there, okay? So number one, what happened over the last couple days? Miners of Bitcoin Cash got together and proposed a development fund. What does that mean? They're going to take some of the rewards that they get from mining and put it into the fund to build stuff on top of Bitcoin Cash. Why is that important? Because that's how blockchains gain value. Think about it as an app store where things are being built in it. The bigger the app store, the better the app store. So that potentially could give value to Bitcoin Cash. Now, Bitcoin Cash isn't the only one with this, and this is a tactic used by many cryptocurrencies to foster development on the chain. So, could give it more use cases, okay? That means, what does that mean? It means people are gonna be coming in there building stuff on it. You're gonna get more use cases to the extent that usefulness, it translates into value. That could be a positive for Bitcoin Cash. The other part of this, it highlights the centralization of the miners, which in the cryptocurrency world isn't always a good thing. You might think of the miners like a cartel type of organization where there's a few of them getting together. Now, in this case, it appears to be a benevolent cartel, but that can be a negative in the cryptocurrency world. Well, let's take a look at the market, because ultimately for BK, that's really all that matters. The market's the final arbitrator. So let's take a look at this. All right, we have had that big spike. Those of you who are up at 3 o'clock in the morning and saw that big $3,000 price and sold it there, good for you. That wasn't BK. Now we are here. We've had this big downtrend. And look at this little uptrend we've got going here. We've held what was support. It's still support. So now we have a catalyst and a good-looking chart. For me, that's a place that I want to buy.
All right, we have a lot of questions, BK, burning questions from our viewers. So we do want to take some of these tweets about Bitcoin Cash specifically so you can help them out. Our first tweet here is from Baymax. Baymax asks, how long do you plan to hold Bitcoin Cash? Is this a long-term play for you?
So for me, I'm a trader. So I'm always moving out. My job is to be in the ones that are moving at that particular time. The long-term case for any of these currencies is that they get adopted as your global currency. And Bitcoin certainly has a huge lead over that. They have a massive network effect. But any of these other currencies could become that, and that would be the long-term view.
Our next tweet is from Udi, who asks, did you ever use Bitcoin Cash to make a purchase from a merchant that was under $1,000 in value? If so, what? And if not, what's it for? It's a good question.
Actually, a great question, Udi. So no, personally, I have not actually used Bitcoin Cash to buy anything from a merchant. But remember, I run a fund. So for me, these are investments. But what are any of these things for? These are alternative financial systems, different ways to move things around. I've used Bitcoin before to buy things. Yeah, I've used Bitcoin to send money overseas. So it's useful for that. But ultimately, as to your point, I think, Udi, is that if there is no usefulness to it, they don't have value.
Our last tweet is from Crypto Zone, who really wants to know, BK, are you Roger Ver?
It turns out that I'm not. I am not Roger Ver. I'm just a guy trying to make some money, trying to help other folks out.
And there is no connection, right, BK?
I have no connection to any. No, there's no connection between me and Roger Ver or anybody else out there. There's absolutely no connection. I am a solo fellow.
We get a lot of tweets along those lines, accusing us of manipulating,
like a Kaiser
being on the take to promote a certain cryptocurrency, which is absolutely not the case. We do not take any payments to promote anything on this show. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Roger Ver, also known as Bitcoin Jesus. So, I mean, I think
Yeah.
BK's, by the way, did you see the lines that he drew on that chart? That was.
I mean, good thing Carter Braxton-Worth left because he might be jealous.
It's good. Yeah, that was. He has rocketed himself
to the pantheon.
See, Dan is. See, you didn't see it,
guys. That was a great conversation, BK. We're gonna have to move along here because this just ended.